We were all over at another channel's premiere watching, and so I'm a little late to my own party, I think. Sorry, you guys. I think I'm here on time. It's 6, right? Is a shade past. um, Good evening to you all. We are live, and I am Karen, if you didn't know that already, and this is Ozone Fine Art Studios, as it were. You can see some of the tools hanging out there in the back, and we are going to look at some rocks tonight, and I'd love to have your feedback. Haven't really figured out what all we were going to go through, but I have a bunch of stuff that I need to sort out. So, hey, Fool, yo, good to see you. I love that my intelligence network is signing in. If we have questions, we know that they're going to get answered tonight. And so I'm just putting some stuff together. I've got some gem jars if we want to go through those. I've got some bags of things that some folks have sent me that I do actually need to grade and probably have some questions about. Did we go through the garnets last time? I can't remember. Somebody help me out. Like 2 weeks is a long time going back and forth between what we talk about and then what we cover on the Rockhound podcast. So you'll have to forgive me, but it keeps it real, it keeps it fresh. So let me know what you'd love to look at. Oh, I think I've got some opals if we want to look at some. I was going to think about some setups. Hey, Mia. Hey, Mia. So good to see you. I'm sorry, guys. I had to. Hey, Ken. I letting the hair down. Yeah, it's Friday. Sorry about squinty eyes. Some people see with their glasses on. Some people see with their glasses off. I can do neither, apparently. I need no glasses for most. And then, of course, the little comments are kind of small. So I'll try to keep them. I'm going to blow them up here in a second on my computer. So maybe I can swing out some big caps or something to help out. How do I find myself? How do I find my own life? Will it pop it up for me? I don't think so. Find all of your guys' lives, no problem. Let's see, maybe go to my channel. See if on my channel there's a live. Yep, there I am. Okay. And there. Okay. Now I've got the chat in big letters. So I also thought it would be kind of, yeah, this is like, hey, Bonnie's fun stuff. I have a multitude of things that probably belong to you. Some fun stuff up in here. Hey, Greg, boo. Hey, Jeff. Long time no see, you guys. Lots of fun stuff in here, although you can see that there's a lot of different projects going on, and so it's usually chaos. So don't judge about all the chaos. And there's a dust cover on the fastening machine right now because I owe it some time tonight after I'm done hanging out with you guys. And you can see there's the instructions right there. Lots of alcohol. I've never used so much alcohol in my life until I turned to faceting. Hey, Nick. Good to see you. Off your rocka. Howdy. Thanks for coming by. I hope I'm saying hi to everybody. Lisa, did I say hi to you already? Housekeeping. Lisa's been so helpful, you guys. You already know that as a community, but earlier this week I did a live from the beach, and if you missed it, I'm going to try some more, but she is so helpful. Not only was she there, I knew somebody at least would like tune in or tell me I wasn't tuning in, but also she was able to help with some of the technical critique on that, which I really appreciate too. And so, isn't she, Jeff? Lisa is awesome. And so I'm going to work on getting a nice mic, so, you know, with a cat on it, so that I can do some windy day lives. Because basically, yep, Nick, she is awesomeness, majestic awesomeness. So I want to be able to live from the beach like I did. I didn't know that we would have enough bandwidth, and we do. And so how much fun to take you guys, hey Jim, down to the beach with me, find the rocks together, and not have to listen to wind the whole time, and dogs. So either I'll help Awahi be a little bit more under control, or maybe leave him at home with a big bowl of breakfast instead. So we were trying to decide what we were going to do this evening as far as rock sorting goes. Jeff, isn't that so true? I think everybody in this community is so incredibly generous and fun to hang out with and helpful. So yeah, that was definitely well said. Cheers. I got my kombucha. So cheers. Oh yeah. I was referring to the letting your hair down attitude. It was it's still Friday, and it was full sun outside, 72 degrees. Travis made it. Travis, your video was awesome, and your finds were incredible. That dendritic agate at the end has me weak in the knees. I can't stand right now. Those dendrites were so beautiful. Is that homemade kombucha full? No, it's not. And I don't really like to talk about it, but I had a passing of my SCOBY. I need anybody out there with some SCOBYs in the SCOBY hotel? I need a new SCOBY. And so maybe it just got old. I felt like I lost a friend. I really like kombucha, and I really like making it myself. And so, unfortunately, I didn't get to make this myself. I need a new booch baby. So Jackie is in the house, and so is Jahik. Did I say that right? Is it Yahik, like our friend from Lithuania, or what? This is a different thing, you know. I can chat away with my fingers all day and not mispronounce somebody's name. You guys drink a ton of kombucha as well. I do too. I could probably drink kombucha out of house and home because it's kind of spendy. And if you learn how to do you make your own? When you do, you can totally figure out that recipe that turns out being your jam, and then you are sad when you don't have when you don't have a SCOBY. So is kombucha like drinking vinegar, asks Jackie. And you know, I think some of the kombuchas are, and I think that some people like drinking vinegar, and then other kombuchas not so much. And so it's definitely something that I've learned. People either love it or hate it, kind of thing. It might be an acquired taste, I don't know, but I love it. Oh, thank you, Travis. Don't forget that thumbs up. Thanks. And Greg hasn't tried it, and I missed the other one about horses, I think. All right, well, anyways, what shall we do? Oh yeah, I was talking about it being 72 on the beach, and so I went for a barefoot run with the dogs, and that was amazing. And then got home, and I had to go back out and take another run because it was just so beautiful. Bob's Rocks, hey. And so yeah, it just got washed, and I didn't feel like putting it up. So sorry, ragamuffin. Um, You used to make yours too and haven't done it lately. It's a bit of a production, but it's worth it. And I know some of those people that have like a forever booch machine where they just keep on adding to it and they just tap it at the bottom and just keep on drinking. And I think I'm going to need to do that at some point. So we have some rocks and jars from the beach. I've got some rocks that we need to sort, and I reckon we should probably if you let your hair down, you probably get hunted as a yowie. Oh, okay, don't. Come on, you gotta let those the roots rest. It's okay. I don't think anybody's gonna get too scared. Sauerkraut soda, that sounds terrible. And you don't do it because of the alcohol? Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. So I might need a crock, Kirk. And yeah, you don't have to. I think when you brew it, you still get a trace, but I think a lot of it is, for sure under like 1% or something. I still have sweetness to mine, and so it's not eating all of the sugars away, and so it's not quite vinegar. So I wanted to show you some of the finds from our hound trip when we all went together. One of the things that ended up happening was, and that was earlier this week, I think it was on Tuesday. That's it. Oh, I got to do this. There we go. This is a bone. And I was talking about bones that look a lot like the sedimentary rock. You might think that that's just like a large grain, sandstone or something like that, but you can see, the basic vertness to it, especially these channels here. And so we found that together, sort of. It was on the beach where I wanted to lie down. This is Ken's rock that I think we still need to break. It's got a pectin inside. We found that, and that is a piece of matrix with fish bones, probably. Look at how satiny. Can you see that in the light? How satiny that is. And so those aren't the same kind of quality as the mammal bones are. And so that's kind of one of the ways to tell. What is that though? What would you guess those two are? If that is a bone in the rock. It is cool. That is a good answer. But it's really different, huh, Jackie? And so I'm thinking like maybe the ribs to some massive fish. I mean, those are big. So could be actual. What am I thinking? I should know the anatomy better. Hey, Rufo, good to see ya. They're almost fin shaped, right? And I haven't seen any fins that survive our formation, but I've got somebody that I can check with, and so here, I'll give you guys another look. If it is mammal, then I would say ribs. Yeah. Super nice patterns, right? Well, those of you who watch my channel know that I'm like into bones a lot. Like, not that I'm into bones, but I find bones a lot, and I'm really interested in knowing what they belong to. It almost sounded weird. And so, yeah, like you to find a fish bone. Isn't cartilage usually something that doesn't fossilize well? Yes. So we do have fish bones a fair amount on the coast. I'm tempted to go and get you my fish bone skull. If you guys tell me to go run get my fish bone skull, it would only take me about 30 seconds to get it. But It's, you know, you can't see a lot of it. It's in the matrix, but it is that the cartilage, say from sharks and that sort of thing, you don't find that stuff. You find their verts, and that's pretty much it. But as far as the fishes go, we do have a fair amount of fossil record, and a lot of times you can see just tiny little fish bones in something. Okay, get it. Lisa says get it. And so, okay. You guys, I'm going to be right back. Don't judge my mess behind me. Okay. Did you guys find all of the hidden things in there? Rubber arm be twisted. Who's judging? They turn black. Yeah. If they are carbonized, I'm not sure about the carbonization. Slightly judging. That's okay, Greg. Yeah, it's just there's a lot of work going on in here, and for me, like when I have three things going on at once, like I'm faceting, setting stones, and you know, so doing the jewelry, and then say making chain or something like that, everything stays out because it's alive. Like I'm gonna go from one station to the next, like while the glue's drying on a dop. I got something in the dop station, you know, transferring from one dop to the other. And so like while I'm doing that, I'm making a chain or what have you. And so, oh my gosh, some crazy. But it's my happy spot in many ways. Hold on just a sec. There, got one more view of it. Okay, so unceremoniously, this is the back of a very big. Show us one of your chains. You know, I've got a. Okay, I think I've got one at arm's distance, and so it's hard to see, but we've got like kind of an orbit here, and you can see the very symmetrical, if you cut it in half, symmetrical from this side to this side. So this is the back, and you can't see it through this side, and these are so delicate that, you know, so we'd be looking at the back and then the front would be coming this way, and who knows how long, probably long. So that's a little bit better, huh? Do you see how that looks like filigree? Look at how crazy that looks. And it looks so different than, what's the, you know what the bunny thing is. You know that bunny. So at any rate, it really has a different quality than the mammal bone. So I brought some mammal, you know, well, we were just looking at that, and that's huge grain. You know, here's another huge grain mammal for us to look at. That's the score that I got a couple weeks ago. One of those x-ray things. Yes. Gosh, I don't find cool enough things to need an x-ray, I think, yet. It's like, yeah, the skulls have a very consistent setup in the back. Hey buddy, do you want to say hi to everybody? Come here buddy. Whoa. You guys. Ochiko. He was spazzing out, so I thought, you do too know what that bunny is. That's the vicious bunny with the gnashing teeth. Now Lily is punishing us because he got the limelight. So hold on just a second. That's the white bunny. Come on. Come on. I had a Theo moment when all the dogs had to. Oh, hey, Sandmaker Randy. Yeah, I had to attend to dogs. Okay, so here's another one where these are mammal bones, but small. And I don't know if you can tell with this reference as far as looking into the camera this way, but still pretty different than the look of those filigree bones that we had. I don't know what these bits are. This I actually could use a Morny x-ray for, because look at how many bits and chunks we have to bang out of this thing with a prep tool, plus a shell. Theo really liked the shell. But look at how many like knuckles, phalanges, ribs. I'm not sure. What's your guess? The holy hand grenade, exactly. Part of a rib cage, probably, don't you think? They do look like ribs. We got our McFossil ribs, guys. A dugong. So, oh yeah, very cool. You find lots of the dugong rib bones. Bigfoot hand. Could be, absolutely. Yeah. Are you counting to not four, not one, and not two? So, Cynthia, hey, good to see you. Yeah, possibly a foot bone. You know, I don't know if you guys have seen what the hands and feet look like on a seal or a sea lion, but I kind of feel like some of the smaller bones could be associated with something like that, or a small porpoise. And when you see their skeletons, it's very interesting to note some of the small bones on their bodies and how much they look like ours, actually. And so it should be interesting to get into that rock. We have a mystery. Now, I can't remember if we found this together. Looks like a scapula. Yep. And they totally look like a human hand, Lisa. Absolutely. And so I found this, and isn't that weird? So you know that there's something in this concretion, because that's not just, okay, it could be an alien footprint. Wrong answers only, right? It looks like kanji big time. Like, what did they write? And so this has a lump on this side. And this craziness on this side, we've got something trying to peek through. And then there are holes. You know how Morny talks about finding holes that things come out of? So we've got some really obvious holes. Now, does that mean that it is, hopefully I'm holding this okay for you guys. And you can see there's trace there. That's biological. So this could be it could be a small crab, Bob. I know. Do you know how much I'd be squealing right now? One of the interesting things is you see the alignment here. Okay, so there's like an interesting crease down this middle section. And then in line with it, there's that right there, which is really hard to see actually for you guys, but it does feel like there's some symmetry to this. Like that could be like something coming off of like its center line. Oh, you guys, if this was, you know, how those spider crabs have those long thingies in front. This would be really cool if it was a crab. So what's your suggestion? Should I, it would be so cool if it was a horseshoe crab. don't think anybody's found any of those out here, but somebody did find a nautiloid a couple days ago. So you know that I was feeling like, why wasn't that me? So would you do a vinegar treatment on this, or would you crack it open to see? I can always glue it back shut if I cracked it open. But should I just do the vinegar treatment and maybe a sea urchin? Like my other rock, I think I told you guys I went over to that beach that had the echinoids and I found it again. You vote for vinegar soak, do the vinegar. Yeah, because it would be a lot kinder. If this is really something, then I might not want to crack it. I might want to try to soak it and at least access it from this side. But at the same time, I could be finding out what that is. So it's kind of through and through. Dremel. You know, I like to use the Dremel for the carving and then my Fordham for like fine work. But I don't really have I would rather have a proper prep tool, like you know, the pneumatic air scribe type deal. I've taken the Dremel to the fossil shells and that sort of thing, and fine shipping. Yeah, that works great. I just worry about like grinding away with the Dremel stuff that is really like, you remember seeing Ma'am Lambo's challenge crab that had all the details, like the spikes were still good, and so oh, it is a scribe and not a rotary. Oh, the Dremel that is the, yeah, okay, sorry, my bad. I apologize, you totally got it. That would be a good idea. I guess I probably need one of those. I wonder if I would kill it. Yeah, an electric engraver, something like that. Sweet as. So yeah, I definitely need something. I think that those Dremels won't set you back much money either, so maybe I do a test. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try it. Thank you. So there's another one that is for, yeah, like $50 that I can do. I think I could find that like in the couch cushions or something. So here's this little concretion. I don't know if I think I found this while I was on with you guys as well. It's having a hard time figuring out how to get me out of there. So this little concretion has this little bit of stuff in it, and I don't know what it is. I mean, literally, it could be coprolite maybe, but it definitely looked organic. It doesn't look like just some, you know, a rock that concreted another rock type thing. And I was even chuckling to myself about like whalebone, like teeny weeny whale. I don't know. But I took it because I could acid prep this one too. And so I'm probably going to do some acid, a little acid bath for these guys. And I found an interesting piece of petrified wood. Did you guys catch that while we were there? Ambergris was your first thought. Coprolite is good. Yeah. I mean, very, very possible. Oh man, I should go to the vet. My vet really likes the dogs. So maybe bring some stones next time. Looks like there's a little creature on here. Yeah. I think there's a little spider that decided to move in. So yeah, this one's really different. You can see the woodiness, and what I reckon happened was that it permineralized with some wonderful agate. This is very agatized, but then what the other cell structure permineralized with got undercut. And so you have this weird, like, wonky sandwich that, I don't know, I thought that was really cool. Oh yeah, and it's like got a knot and everything. So almost kind of like a limb cast since it's mostly agatized. But yeah, then it had wood grain and it got undercut. So yeah, we found this at the same time. All right, so let's see. Do you guys want to see? I've got some amber on deck. I have some. I can't remember if we did the garnets. And I've got some opal, and I have some beach rocks that we could look at, and I'd probably give away a jar at the end. So who wants to see what first? I'll take a very brief quiz here. Okay, Afia Raka says opal. Well, that's not surprising, huh? Okay, we'll start there. I'm gonna swing the. Oh, and thank you, Bob, keeping me honest. I was gonna show you some chain. I just have this guy over here. It's part of the new my new line that I haven't posted on the website, but you guys have seen this, I think. I think I shared it for one of our podcasts. I believe this was a show and tell. And so that's a chain that I made. It's quite sort of bombastic, big loops, with the liver of sulfur treatment. And then I go all the way to, thank you, doing more delicate stuff, but I was feeling kind of, I don't know, I wanted a heavy statement-y piece. Thank you, Bob, and Randy, and Afia Raka, and Jackie. And so that's an obsidian that I cut, and then down there is a sunstone that I cut. And so it's been really fun to design some jewelry around that stuff. And so, I haven't posted that stuff on the website yet. I figured I'd kind of release all of the pieces that are being created with the faceted stuff at the same time. Beautiful and snazzy and feeling fancy. Oh, thank you, Jackie and Buddy. Yeah, sometimes I love just putting a really striking piece on. Like, some of them want to be dainty and pretty. Yeah, full. I totally do. I love, like, that's half of the mess. Like, that's pretty much the jewelry side. All of my torches over, like, off yonder that way. And there's, like, stuff on top of my soldering stand, but it's time to do what? Oh no, how do you go back in this? Oh, I can scroll back. Time to get a booth at the next gem show. Yeah, I don't think I do enough to, like, fill a whole gem show booth, but maybe at some point. Thank you, Randy. You're very sweet. Let's see. Sorry about my finger in your guys' face. That's terrible. Oh, sweet, Jeff. Yeah, definitely. Some of the videos are about jewelry, and then other ones are about just the rocks and rock hounding and that sort of thing. Sometimes you got to make a statement. That's right, Bob. All right. I like fire and metal very much. Jackie knows me. She knows that I like to set things on fire. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna switch the camera around. We're gonna look at some opals, and we'll get to it. First, we're gonna look at, whoa, oh my gosh. Nah. What do we do here? Doop. Okay, sorry guys. This is the not refined. One of these days I'm going to get OBS figured out, and you guys aren't going to have to suffer me changing the camera around. Okay, how did I do this last time? There we go. Manhandle that. And there we go. All right. So now you're on my desk. Welcome to my desk. And here's some opal that Nira sent me. Okay, and I'm gonna try to get this figured out, and then I remember, oh my gosh, Bob, OBS is a pain in that tuchus, isn't it? Oh man, I'm having headaches with it. Have you figured it out, Bob? I wanna be able to do all the things on a live. Like I want to share my yep. Okay. See, I remembered to do the thing, but I don't think it, wait, let's try that one more time. Okay. So here is this, you gave up and bought a video mixer. Oh no, don't tell me that. I'm really wanting to figure it out because I could share with you guys the microscope and stuff. Oh, by the way, I did my nails for you guys, and like that was like not 4 hours ago, but I have been working. I can't have nice things. So look at this. I was like, since I can't, hold on to the rocks so good with the tweezers, I'll just go ahead and do my nails. And that side's not so bad, but oh my gosh, it looks like I've been biting them. So this is a nice piece. I haven't worked with Mexican fire opal yet, and so I'm gonna cab this bad boy up, but I'm a little nervous. It's not, it's Mexican. Typical rockhound. I know, I just can't seem to keep my nails going okay. 4-channel mixer with USB is really nice and easy to use. Wouldn't that be nice? Yes, no kidding. Very nice color play in here. You can tell I'm right-handed. Yeah, my right hand does a lot of the dirty work, and my left hand, I'm pretty ambidextrous, but my left hand gets to do the frou-frou things. It's almost like I'm left-handed and it knows to enslave the right hand to make it do its bidding. It's a nice little roll right there. And so anybody out there work Mexican opal as opposed to, say, Lightning Ridge, Cooper Pedy? I love to play in the dirt, so you know that I love my Boulder opal very much. Ooh, there's a nice roll too. B&H photo. Okay, thank you, Bob. I'm going to look into that. Yeah, a lot of people got changed from left to right in school. I always seem to be able to do both, and then I was just made to work with my right. New to all the opal work. Yeah. I don't think I've, oh wait, I missed another one. I've worked mostly with Boulder opal, and I've worked with Sun Lightning Ridge. Let's see, I'm still a little new to the world, Karen, so it's wonderful to find out that, oh yeah, nobody's, don't worry. I like respect you fully for being such an awesome silversmith. At the very least, I saw your ring there that you gave to Kyle, and it's just fantastic. And I am sure that you do more, if not being a smith altogether with gold and all that stuff. And it's woo. I have a carpet. We don't have to worry. But let's look at the other one. Oh, that's really different. So yeah, I've been working with the jewelry side of it. That's how I really got into like the finery of rock shows and that sort of thing from the jewelry end. And yet my family is like big into rockhounding too. And so resistance was completely futile. You're a lefty, right, Lisa? And was it difficult to cross over, I wonder, Lisa? I don't have hardly anything on my website right now. Thank you, Jackie. Since I'm about to post my new line, it's just kind of some clearance stuff. Yeah, this one's really nice too. She was very generous, you guys, because remember we were talking about the turquoise? She also was the one that sent me all that turquoise. So I'm forever indebted to Nira. Oh, Jackie, you're so sweet. We have a lot of talent in this community. That is so true. You had no choice. I know. Like, it's kind of like when yeah, you have an accident or something like that, and you have to. But then at the same time, I'm wondering, like, was it really a hard hurdle, or did you kind of bounce okay with that? Borg reference, yeah, totally. I'll let my my geek side show for sure. The contralus, are you wondering about that, Afia Raka? That's a good question, and I'm wondering if I have a light nearby. I don't think I do. My bad. I did last time. Is very heat susceptible. Thank you, Bob. I really appreciate that. I've worked the opal from Virgin Valley, having gotten some, and I could not believe how skittish that stuff is. I mean, it wants to craze when you're just looking at it, but I had stabilized some so that I could work with it, and it was also very, very persnickety with me about the heat and everything. This reminds me of it, this right here. Because mine had like a big eyeball in it, and it was kind of an amber material and everything. This feels like what I worked with, and I can't say that I had a good time, even though you know how I love my opal. You did bounce. I did it daily quickly, but left hand gets tired easy. I'm sorry, Lisa. Hopefully that's not due to the issues that you have. A big bowl of strawberry ice cream. That's awesome, Randy. Your wife is indeed wonderful. Yep, Nira was the turquoise lady. All right. So I have some opal from Lisa, and I know it's right around here somewhere because it was on cue for if I offered opals. Hold on just a sec. All right, you guys, I can't find it. But since I said opals, then we'll look at some more couple of opals. Now my thing isn't scrolling. Looked like lots of pieces. Here's a piece of some boulder that I'm actually getting into. Gonna be chasing after some of those cracks. There's a whole bunch of really nice stuff up here. I miss her too. I miss Nira. So you guys can see there's some kind of nice stuff going on there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Oh no. Lots of pieces is bad unless you were like hoping to have some earrings or something. So yeah, this is kind of a fun vein to chase after. Some issues in there. Yeah, right? I know. Sometimes it's like hard to start working with something because you're just like, oh, you're so beautiful. I can't cut you, but its brothers and sisters already got cut by me, and I had a good time, and they're gone. Um, it's a yeah. This is a really nice chunk. Nick Hoops, you guys. If you need a Boulder Opal, he's your man. Unaffiliated, not paid for, not sponsored, not anything. Just he's a super good guy. He's getting some really amazing stuff. He's out mining right now, and he's just pulling out the gorgeousness. And you were, if I would cut, for sure. I'm a cutting. It sounds brutal, I know. What kind of brutality on a Friday night? Hey, Jared, it's good to see you. Oh yeah. So he's good, and I've gotten some really nice stuff from him, and he, what was I gonna, oh, he paints. I have a couple pieces left that I actually cut from another, but they're behind some dusts, and so let me take the dust away. Okay, so here's a couple. It's funny how linty everything is when you put them under a zoomed in camera. So also I'm getting pretty washed out here with the color. So these are just some cuts that that I did from some of his other rocks that I still have left. The real bangers are gone. So I usually set the really super flashy ones first. That one's got some neat red in it though. Yeah, lint is a decoration for sure. Decorates everything. Yeah, gotta love 53 Frogs for sure. Trying to remember dude's name. He's awesome. What's nice that I'm betting Full can totally agree with me, Riley. Yeah, is it's super nice when you're going to be the one that sets the stuff, because you know how you want your gem prepared, and so you can just, you know, bang it out the way that you know you want to set it. It doesn't have to be anything special. And so I, you know, if I don't feel like worrying too much about like the how good the the beveled edge, the, you know, the girdle, then I don't. So there's some more, just in case you guys just needed some opal in your eyes this Friday. Yeah, I mean, I just bring these out to gaze at. A lot of times I think I'm about to do a project, and then I thanks. Yeah, me likey too. Yeah, I'll play with them and then I'll put them away, having not decided what I was gonna do with them. Okay, one more little flat. I got plenty of these, but we'll save some for another time. Coat them? No. I don't. If you're referring to the opals, those are just polished. None of these are all Australian, so they don't need to be stabilized or anything. These pretty colors. And some of these I actually are very old, that I purchased probably about 25 years ago. Tucson Gem Show from Dag Johnson. Like, I can't remember a lot of things, but of course I do remember my opal dealers' names. I actually, like I was just mentioning, Full, thank you for asking. I need to update. I'm in the process right now of updating ozonefineart.com. And so there's not a whole lot that's live right now as far as jewelry goes. Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful color. I'm wishing that I can't believe that I misplaced Lisa's opals. She sent me some really nice white opal. And so we're gonna have to, oh, here's one that strayed. It's kind of a big chunk tonkularity there. That'll be fun to set into something. So I promise I will go ahead and share those opals on a future live rocks. So Garnet sunstones or some rocks from the beach, you guys. Let's see. Next, garnets. All right, will do, Bonnie. What did I miss? Yes, opal is the absolute gemstone of all things. I would totally take an opal over the diamond. You're absolutely right. Yeah, you gotta remember your dealers. It's weird though, this many years later, like I'm serious, like 25, 30 years, like I was dealing with this person I haven't been in contact at all. Okay, garnets and beach rock. So you guys will have to let me know if I showed these guys last time, because if I did, then we can make it quick and move on. So I have the gross ones. I think I showed these ones, but I didn't show a gross. And what I mean by that is that they're big, but not gross, you guys. That's just mean, huh? Oh, I can zoom back out. Okay, so do you guys recognize this? So Nira sent me some from Idaho, Idaho, and these were the Emerald Creek guys. Whether or not an opal was a gemstone, technically no, but hell yeah. Well, it's a mineraloid, right? So it's not a stone at all. I must have missed that part. No, this is a huge one. Of course, I plucked out the biggest one. Panhandle garnets. Yeah. Hey, Jared, you've gone panhandle garneting, haven't you? We didn't do garnets last time. All right. Okay, you guys, that means that I need to fetch a light, huh? I do have like a camping light right here. Now that I come to think of it, what did I need the light for before? Okay, so we'll backlight some of these, but I've got some nicer ones that you guys actually can help me with, because I'll be preparing these to. You've gotten some wappas up there. You know who needs to go there? Who has 2 thumbs and needs to go there? Me. And I bet you guys too. Okay, yeah, so these ones will be faceted, and I want to facet them post-haste because I absolutely love garnets. And so, look at, I got this funny thing, and it was like, I think that Amazon tempted Steve, and it turned out that Amazon also tempted Steve's friend, because he came over and he had the same one on. Whoa, wait, what? 1.3 pound garnet from the Fossil Bowl set. What? Oh my gosh, you guys. Can you imagine the noises that would be made? Oh goodness. Okay, so I think that she separated them. I will show you the pretty big ones first. Actually, I can change bowls. That'll be helpful. Dun, dun. Yeah, that is huge. So let's plonk these guys in there. So you can see that these are the ones that probably are not as definitely going to fossil bowl now, right? Not as facet worthy, I think. But for giggles, let's see what's up. So I don't know. I think that these are relatively opaque even. Let's have a look over here. These are some dark. Oh, there's some color. Am I hurting your eyes now? That's a pretty color. Let's see if I can do that without hurting your eyes. Maybe it's just about how much fracturing is there that makes it facet worthy or not, right? I know, Jared, I need to go up there. We were hoping for a trip up that way last year. Sless and cab, not so good for faceting. Okay. Thank you, Randy. Yeah, you can see dark, but that's some pretty color in there. Lovely. I think I keep on wanting to pick up the same ones. You know, I love cabbed garnets too, though. You know, they're all so pretty. Look at that color. You know, if they're like a wine color all the way to like the kind of the pinkish to like a, you know, just a crimson, a dark crimson. Yeah. Just, so these seem to have a bit of that variation too. Okay, so those are the big ones with the natural shapes, which I think that she was trying to get me some nice specimens of that. And so let's go to the ones that are for faceting. And I really feel like I want to cue some up. Hey, this one tried to get away. Cutie. All right. So these guys are for faceting, I think. And they are also Idaho. But it looks like she's put a tumble on them so that you can see them better, which for the sunstones really helps. I'm noticing, and I'll show you a comparo if you would like to see of that. And look at that. Ooh, doggy. That's some pretty. Yeah, so that's a generously sized stone, and what a pretty color. And it's got a flat bit already for a little sand job, and I'm dopping. That is gorgeous color, right? I know. You guys. And here's like a sweetheart. Look at that. Okay, so who out there can tell me what the inclusions are? Can you see the chunkies? The dark bits? So I wonder, I'm sorry, you guys, this one's small enough. It's not, maybe it's kind of hard to look at. Sorry about that. But such a pretty color. Like, that's that pinkish. Right? Who can get enough of that color? It's just, it's one of those saturated colors that, you know, you just can't get tired of. And if you do, you're lying. You're lying to me. You're lying to yourself. I'm just kidding. This one's really dark. There's like a really dark core to that one. You know, stuff like this is still interesting to cut, right? Because it's a surprise what happens inside. Maybe it's not like super gem worthy because it's too dark, but I love, that's one of the reasons why I love working with opals, is that you get to be constantly surprised by like more color, different colors, different patterns as you go through them. And it's exciting. It's exciting the whole way. All right, check that out. What? Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? If I do like a shallow cut on it, I wonder if you get some of that color, or do I need to embed a like an LED underneath, like comes with your ring? Because I mean, check that out. That's pretty dark. And there is that test that I think Patrick seems like he mentioned it. So I must have shown something. It does look like a jelly bean, a delicious, perhaps Zinfandel tasting jelly bean. So there's the white paper test. So if you can't see the color against white paper, then maybe you don't get to see the color when it's cut. That's how dark it's going to be. And then there's ways to manipulate some of the cuts. Oh, look at how dark that is. I was like, well, this little guy, we should be able to see through that. What a total difference. Like, that's like a black hole in there. That's like dark matter. It's Nibbler's little, sweet Nibbler's little boop. So, like, just for contrast, look at how different that is. And I wonder, is that big lump in there, is that an inclusion? Anybody cut garnet out there? I mean, are you just expecting inclusions the whole time? Make a garnet nightlight. Hey, Kyle. I need help with a garnet nightlight. There's another, like, beautiful color. Really super. Oh, look. The deep dark is right there. That could probably be cut out. Yeah, right? Yeah, that's lovely. So I'll bet you, like, that could actually be a lighter one. Just work a small stone without that bit. See how tall it is? Like, that seems like that would work. It would turn out to be very small, like maybe a 3mm stone, but it would be just a beautiful color, I think. Okay. That's what's going to happen. Because check that out. Like, it's totally flat. So, I mean, I'll sand it, but it's ready to dop. And you can't beat that stuff that's already ready already. Like this guy also. Pretty clean on the inside, but then these top little inclusions, I wonder how deep that goes. I'm sure that would make a lovely cab. Would it facet? I mean, this wants to be faceted also. Look at how, there's an inclusion right there. I'd have to sand past that. I'm sorry, I got way over to the side. I'm like, hey, everybody. You can tell I started getting absorbed in the work I was doing. So look at that fracture. It's almost a deal breaker for making this whole stone, right? Anybody else out there feeling that? Look at how deep that goes. Ah, man. So that might be just better as a nice little cab. Leave the inclusion, have it be what it is. I could cut it in half and have two stones there. After the kerf of my saw, not a whole lot. Grind till the cracks are gone. Right? And my fingers. That 80 sometimes scares me, man. Like, that thing has taken off. Yeah, you can cut in half too. It's pretty tiny. Okay. Back in the light. Whoa, hey. It's a strober. more like than an inclusion. Yeah, it's a fracture inclusion. And the fracture is included in this gem along with actual mineral inclusions in there, it looks like, as well. Thank you for the correction, Randy. Absolutely. Yeah. That pains me. Okay. On to the next one. Not gonna dwell too long on that. All right. And how about this one? Some dark at the bottom. It's like moss at the bottom of a fish tank or something. Get out the water. Look at that. Just a lump. I don't know if there's a workaround as far as that one's concerned either. Maybe just grind and see how much of that I can get rid of. Like Greg was talking about. With faceting, though, it'll almost make more sense to come in from the side, though, and like preserve some of the height. It's tough. Faceting can be a little bit heartbreaky because you have like a nice stone and then just the way that a cameo, there you go, that would work. Just the way that you have to cut it, you know, starts limiting how much stone you get right away. And you guys have probably heard the lamentations of losing. This is really odd. Big fissure right there. You can lose, on average, about 2/3 of your stone, even if you're good. That's a lot of loss when you're faceting and you're starting off with something that's not so big, like this. That's minuscule. Lots of spots. So, anybody out there know what the mineral inclusions are for the spots in these garnets? I'd love to know. I don't know. I honestly don't. Not a trick question. That's not one of these where I'm like, factoid. Fun fact. I like the inclusions too. I love inclusions. Like, I think that gives a lot of character to a stone. You know, iron material sounds really good, Ken. And freckled garnet variety, I don't know what is supposed to be coming out of Idaho there in the Panhandle, like Jared had said. So that's where it's from. I guess I should look that up. Maybe should have looked it up before I came live so I could have a fun fact for you guys. I love crowdsourcing knowledge, though. You guys know so much. Whoop. Trying to get that in there. And that one's pretty small. Yep, and here's, I think that's Nibbler's Nibbler's poop. Okay, so I've got one really good one out of this group. This guy that we started off with. See, and I took it, man. I like fish on. Hook and line. Like, really? I'm like so earnestly gullible. It's kind of sad. So I'll believe you. Yeah, I'll try this one. I'll video it so you guys can come along, or maybe we do it together on a Friday. Although, to be honest with you guys, I think that faceting is pretty boring to hang out with. Looked it up. Seems to be more than 10 things for Idaho inclusions. Okay, cool. You know what? The microscope, then. I can look that up, or I'll look at some of this under the microscope once I get a window on one of the gems, and we can all have a look at that. Like I said, you know, if I can get the OBS figured out, we can have, I could have just taken this over to the microscope and we could be under the microscope right now. So, I mean, this is a like a dare and a promise that I'd love to make with you guys, that I get that figured out so that we can take some different adventures than just kind of looking down at stones, which is also very fun, but, you know, it would be super cool to be able to see some of the bone or the conclusions for our garnets and make an idea all of this together at the same time. Okay, and so somebody wanted to see some beach rocks, and I've got a couple of, let's see, jars, and I actually used the bigger and I have this bigger container, so we'll do this one and then we'll move to another container. Oh my gosh, that was like kind of organized, but that doesn't help sometimes when you just don't use your head. So this guy, turn that down a little. So we have these jasper agate situations a lot. This actually looks like sedimentary with a bunch of seam that happened. So many silicates on organized chaos, yeah. Or disorganized a little bit. But I picked this up off the beach because it was different than a lot of the stuff that you see is exactly this config, but instead of having a sandstone matrix or a sedimentary matrix, you have basalt all over it. And so I was like, what are you doing here? But it probably got carried down one of the rivers as opposed to necessarily being coastal. And here is one of those wild, I think I picked up a few of these maybe on our live. They're, you know, I pick them up at the beach. You guys see a lot. Like, it looks like it could be an agate because of the rind. And like, that looks like blue black agate rind right there. If you saw that on our beach, you'd pick it up. Absolutely. But then the jasper inside turns out not being an agate, it's jasper inside. And sometimes it carries this array of color, which is gorgeous. A lot of times it doesn't. It looks like green soup. And when it just does the green soup thing, it can be also very nice because it has marcasite in it, making it green. And so it sparkles. But a lot of times these look a lot nicer on the outside than on the inside, which is a pity. Because if that cut just like that, we'd be famous. Got a tumbler? I don't. Although Kind Kyle has offered me one that I think it just needs a motor. And so I think I might go for that. Because I would really like to be able to tumble my sunstones. So here we have a nice agate. So quintessentially Oregon coast agate. I think I have an option here. Wait, hold on. Light. Okay. Single light. Boom. So maybe a little bit too powerful for this. Feeling like Theo again. Does this for the podcast all the time. There we go. So yeah, that's very powerful. Anyway, kind of yellowish on the outside. Probably like white fortification, variety of different fortification styles on the inside. That's probably it. It's probably super clear. This one I thought was interesting too when I picked it up because it is another super hard sedimentary rock with these bugs of the chalcedony or agate. Isn't that crazy? So it looks like a nursery rock, like what we usually have going on in basalt, but it's like a amygdaloidal sandstone, which I don't come across that sort of thing very often. Who does? Anybody out there? You know, it's almost like trying to do, you know, an ocean jasper-y kind of thing with the eyes. Orbicular. Anyways, I thought that was cool. I oftentimes pick up the anomalies more than I pick up the things that you'd expect to see at the beach. Pity on this one being wet because that's no doubt druzy right there. And so we got an agatized section of this fossil shell. Found a couple from a place called Redcliffe here in Queensland. Ooh, you're in Queensland. You're at like ground zero for Boulder Opal. How awesome. So that agate appears either drusyish or botryoidal. Yay, fossils, right? I love the fossils. And sometimes, we do, like, if you've gone rock hounding on the beach with me during a video, we find a lot of stuff like this. And sometimes I keep it just because I really like the pattern on the shell. It's just so neat to hold something that's so old that's like preserved that well. To me, it's very dramatic. And I sometimes, it makes a good pocket rock. Like, you just want to hold something like that in your pocket for a day and remind yourself about things that are like, have stunning tenacity in the world like that. Yeah, shells are heaps of fun. Stop not liking shells, guys. So this is what we'd call a sugar agate. It's pretty macrocrystalline, so it's probably some quartz and some agate just fighting for identity. Am I a fortification agate? Because there's fortifications, but I'm also super macrocrystalline, so call me sugar. So these are always fun. I like these that have like the crisis on who to be. Let me see if I can't get this one backlit for you. Yeah. Look at how butterscotchy that is. Like, it's almost just translucent, not transparent, because of those macrocrystallines. Nonconformist rocks. Rock. Yeah, they're punk rocks. Gotta love it. Yeah, this has neat texture. You can see the undermining of the sugar where it left the microcrystalline behind. So it's like etched by time. That is a fantastic texture. Good eye, good eye. Love it. So pretty. All right. Could kind of gaze at that for a while. Let's see what we got here. Oh, these are interesting because they're oftentimes doppelgangers. Try to call it, is this petrified wood or is it sedimentary? Kind of like how sometimes those bones look like sandstone, because you do get these really gritty sandstones that have cellular structure looking so much, and they do the same color and everything. Leadstone, sedimentary. By the way, when is that one up for the podcast? When is which one up for the podcast? I'm thrown for a loop. Yeah, you guys are all right. Definitely sedimentary. So oftentimes I like picking up these, like, they're cool looking, but also because I like having examples. Oh, hey, Rockhound Treasure Hunt. Welcome in. Happy Friday. It most certainly is such a cool Friday to be hanging out with you guys. And it was, the weird rocks. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. You're hired as my brain. I don't know. I'm sure it's coming up. So here's some macrocrystalline quartz. And it's always surprising. Like, it's almost more fun to find quartz on the beach because we find so many hairs. And agates that you're like, oh, look, oh my gosh, this is a huge quartz pocket. And all of this big quartz growth probably broke away from like probably a vug in basalt or whatever, but it probably broke away from some agate. So this is probably the heart of something that broke. Aw, broken heart. It's a snowball. So absolutely, I'm gonna have to go check out that hunt that was epic that Chris posted. Says Greg that it's epic, so I'm gonna have to go check it out. Okay, so sedimentary or wood. We'll jam out to this song. Can you hear the song? I always like picking these up. Wood or sedimentary rock or basalt. Could be a chunk of basalt. I mean, if you saw that on the beach, just hanging out, probably walk right over it, right? I love me some petrified wood. This stuff is really, let's see. Right? Gotta love that sound. But yeah, it definitely gave its grain away. Although, I oftentimes pick up basalt thinking it's wood and wood thinking it's basalt. So it's hard to know sometimes. Boop. That sound. Yeah, you gotta love that sound. I probably picked up this Calicantharus carlsoni because it's got a lot of the bryozoan around the outside, which means that these sides that still have the layer on them, the matrix on them, are probably very well preserved, and that's a big one. Also, I have cut a couple of these guys in half going this way. I think you guys saw, like, if the blade is in front of me here, it was like that. And they parse very nicely. In fact, that my maker's challenge, I think that's right here. Wait, that goes into the new jewelry. Oops. Oh my gosh, I'm wrecking the studio, you guys. The studio was already wrecked. Yeah, so that inner core is this. So I love seeing the skeleton inner of the shell. And so I sandcasted that for my maker's challenge. And so I like collecting guys like this because that's what it looks like at its core. This is an imposter. That looks like Graveyard Point agate that snuck in. Yep. There's some marcasite spires right there, I believe. There's some plume. See if I can get you in there. Some pretty colors in there. Some nice reds and yellows and oranges and blues, as per tradition. There's a nice plume right there. Yeah. It is a great problem to have, running out of room. All right. So yeah, imposter, it'll still go in the jar. A nice bivalve. Oh, that's why I picked this up. Okay. Pretty Anodara shell here. Very worn. Yeah, it does look like graveyard, huh? And inside is a mini shell collection, or, a mass die-off death plate. How cool is that? It just is a container for all of that shell material. These actually shine up really nice. Like, I probably had it in my mind that I might polish the whole thing just because that looks so cool when it's polished out. Yeah, that is what they make storage buildings for. Although, oh my gosh, we just cleaned my mom out of one, and apparently you don't want to have to pay for it. I don't know why this is in there. It's a very nice white rock. So, on to the next one. Okay, this is weird because it's like some of the shell is worn away. Where does it start and where does it stop? I don't think we see any of the actual shell here, though. Like, there's a shell in there, but I think we're just seeing striations of different, like that might be shell material right across there, and that's wearing away. Now I'm seeing it, but like, look at how that just, that's trying so hard not to be a shell at all. And a Steinkern. You know what to do. So we've got some agates down here. Like, this one's got a big yellow splotch of something, and kind of an interesting little vug filler. We've got a jasper, looks like jasper agate. Like, that one's just, oh no, maybe that's all the way agate. Hold on. Yep, that's all the way agate. In the water, it looked like a jasper. That did look like a mini fried egg. That's so cool. Like little mini forts. Polka dot. Yeah. It rolled all the way down from polka dot's near Madras, isn't it? Yeah, Eastern Oregon, up over the Cascades, up over the Coast Range. It's kind of fun forts there. Ah, pretty. Nice little honey agate. Not like Travis's agates. These are the ones that you pick up and put in your pocket when you're in Oregon at the beach. Like, you're like, oh, yay, it's an agate. They are pretty. They're just not big. This seems like another rock. Maybe it's 40 there. Looks like it's got some forts. So I picked it up, but there's some basalt. So it's not super gemmy. It must have been a slow day when I was like that has something on it. I'm keeping it. As you can see, sometimes they get really small and you're still like, yeah. I picked them up. This is kind of an old jar, but it does have, wait for it. There's another rock. Look at that. That's a fine rock. Slate gray. Got some little chunkies in it. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Fresh out of the basalt. So this one's neat. I probably didn't know when I was picking it up what it is, but it's a clam belly. And so this is the agatized remains of the inside of a clam, and sometimes it even will follow, like, some parts of anatomy and stuff like that, just dependent on what got in there when it was dying, dead, and solidified, which is kind of interesting. I have an anhydro one of these, and that is something to always check for, because there are so many different kinds of chambers and things like that, and apparently the rate of agatization with the different other solids that are going on in there, you can see some of the other solids like here from the back, that there are really good candidates for little pockets for the water to, and air for that matter, to hang out in. And so these ones, if you find them on the beach, are ones to always check. You know, doing the rotation. You guys can't see it so well because this isn't the best light for this, but you definitely want to give it a good bubble check when you get home. Yeah, the only anhydro that I have found ever was a clam belly. And I did not know that it was I knew it was a clam belly when I picked it up. But does it take a polish? Yeah, you know, actually these, like, because the fortifications are all wild, they're pretty neat. You know, it's kind of like polishing bots or something. It's going to have all this, like, the forts are going to be really super squiggly, like an intestine. Looks like an intestine right there, right? Like, I don't know what the body structure was, so I am not trying to sound scientific at all, but isn't that like an interesting pathway and something? But as I was saying about the anhydro thing is, yeah, I didn't know that it was anhydro until I brought it home, and I was actually making a video, and so I backlit it in the backyard for the video, and I think I was doing this, like happy, happy clam belly, and I saw the bubble go. And so I was like, no way. That's like doesn't it look like a colon? Lisa's going to come right out and say it. It's a clam colon. Agatized. It is still cool. It's crazy. All right. And so I'm going to, wow, shoot. I'm going to just show you the comparo of the sunstones along with the ones that are tumbled and the ones that aren't tumbled, so that you can see the difference. But we're going to go super long if I get into sorting them all. But this is actually somebody's. I'm sending that to somebody. And there's some more rocks in here too that I'll include. The foot of the clam. Yeah, totally, possibly, huh? So that's in here too. Whoever gets this gets the clam belly. Hey, that tried to sneak in there. Can't have that until I figure out what it is, and then you can have it. So I'll ask for a number in a couple minutes to wrap that up, and we'll give that away to somebody, and I'll send it off. And I'll put some other stuff. You get the graveyard plume maggot in there. Look, I'm making it a sweet deal. All right, so really quick though, I wanted to show you the comparison because somebody was, nope, that's the wrong one. No, I want to see that. Somebody was saying something about tumbling, and I want a tumbler because it allows for you to see the material so much better. I'm going to let you look at that while I'm grabbing the ones that are the chain. We did see the chain, right? So there's some pre sorted sunstones, but they're somewhat dirty still from the mine, and they're definitely rough, and so it's hard to see. Oh, oh, and throw in the chain, yeah, with the necklace and all that, right? Oh my gosh, am I slow for? It's Friday. I get a buy for that, right? Oh no, that flew like right over my head and gave me a haircut. All right.
So I'm going to try to spill the jewelry again while getting into yet another case on my busy desk. All right. So you probably already had your attention drawn to these guys over here in the corner. These are the good sunstones that have the red in them. And so you isolate that to make a red gem in a ring or something. And these guys have the schiller, but it's sort of 24 hours in the tumbler. Yes. And I would like to see a clam belly from an oversized clam as well. So yeah, hot on schiller. These guys made the cut, but also I think in this one you can see the green. So this is like watermelon. Oh, you guys get to do the numbers here in a second. I'll write it down and then I'll have you guys guess. But so yeah, you can see the green in that one. These are all the final sort from the, like when I was just going through what we got as far as roughs go. Hey, 6 o'clock, Kyle. So I should be done really soon because yeah, shoot, we're just hanging out. Like I don't even have anything to sell, and we're like blowing an hour and a half. So anyways, yeah, these guys made the final cut on being good, but you can see that I still need to grade them as far as if they are facetable and at all. Like that big banger with the green and the bunch of, right? Long lives. We love long lives. That might not even be facetable in the end, even though it's so pretty. What a great looking gem that is. But that might be something to give away at some point. You know, some of these, well, that's not so thin. That's a beautiful carver, actually. That's got some really lovely red schiller in there, like red and schiller right there in the center. Anyway, I'm gonna get distracted now. Oh boy, look at that. Look at all that schiller. I thought at some point it would be really fun to take some of these and put them under the microscope so you can see the platelets under the microscope too. So nice. Crazy. Yeah, Kyle can totally say that. Here's a greenie. Looks like it's got both. It's color change. So the sunstones can be polychroic. So you get red and green in the same stone. Sometimes, obviously the schiller, so pink and peach and golds. And then sometimes they blend and make, like browns or Coca-Cola colors. I think I got that from that side. Okay, so that's what they look like rough though. And even though we can see very clearly from the nice grade stones what's going on, the ones that are tumbled, let me bring that in there. See that? So much easier to see what's going on in these guys. So these ones actually were gifted micro mount that watermelon. Yeah, that was, I don't know if you guys saw how much fracturing there was in that one. That one's probably a specimen and not facetable, which is super sad. So these guys, you can see, where was the schiller? The schiller just flashed in that one. Sometimes I think it's, okay, so the schiller's located on that plane. You can see it satiny there. It doesn't always locate itself in the nicest place. Like, wouldn't it be nice if it just flashed as, like through the broad part of the stone? But no, it's like way over here. And so that's another thing about sunstone that makes it hard to work with is that, if I want to capture that schiller, we went from a stone that maybe I could carve like nice and broad and beautiful, and that's actually a really pretty shape I could just go with, to there. Like that's all you get, like some skinny something or other. And it breaks your heart when you're trying to facet. Somebody has done a few trips to the spectrum and to the dust devil, and then the public as well. But for these, yeah, these are all either dust devil or spectrum. And I'd like to go to the double eagle. And then I also have a friend. I've got a friend that's got a claim that I'd like to go and hit as well. So my point just being is that with sunstone, sure, you want as much of the stone as possible, and everybody knows when you are tumbling how you lose a lot, right? But then if it's going to break, it's going to break anyhow. And so I'm not entirely sure I want, 100% of this stone, or please show me. Oh my gosh, look at all that green. Oh man. It's been a little while since I've gone through these, so you'll have to excuse me. It's I'm finding love again. Yeah, Kyle is probably kicking back on his couch for sure. Vibratory tumbler leaves more material to work with. Thank you, Soundmaker. It's good to know. Yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into every great stone. So, I like to use the wintergreen oil to get into these to see if it's got good, but honestly, if you're holding up something like this and you're holding up something like this, thank you for the window. I know that like exactly where your cracks and your issues are. And so, yeah, I definitely need to start tumbling. And if you're going to crack and tumble and get chewed up, that's fine, because it's stuff that I would have had to take away anyway. Yeah, the cameras go both ways, Kyle. Didn't you know? All right. And so the beach rocks with the fossil shells and the petrified wood and the clam belly and the graveyard point in there and all that. Yeah, time to black them out because we're all watching you, dude. Not to be creepy. It's terrible. Terribly creepy. We're not really. So what I want you guys to do is you get one guess, and it's going to be a number from 1 to 100, and I'm going to write it down on a piece of paper right now. And whoever's closest gets it, and then we'll have a tiebreaker, or maybe I'll send out 2 boxes if we have 2 people that are equally close. All right, so I have Full with 77, and Rufotris with 42, Bob with 66, Lisa with 37, Greg with 30. Randy chose 47.5. He's hedging his bets if he's close. I love it. 37 says Kyle. 23 says Cynthia. Afia Raka says 26. Rocky Mountain Bear, hey, when did you come? I'm sorry if I didn't say hi to you when you first dropped in. 10 for Rocky Mountain Bear. Thanks for coming. I didn't call who got it yet. Oh, wait. Kyle said 37. Lisa already. Okay, so Kyle, you can go ahead and throw another guess in since Lisa got you on that. MT Full has 44. Jim has 68. Rockhound Treasure Hunt has 11. Mia, I think that Full has 77. Yeah. Do you want to give us another try there, Mia? And Kyle did 97. Travis is 72. And hey, LeGrand, Rockhound, welcome. And he's got 69. And Bonnie's got 76. And Greg is being an awesome moderator. Thank you. 48 says Travis. Wait, Travis, do you want 72 or do you want 48, man? Or did somebody else have 72? Now I'm getting confused. You've been here a long time. Just enjoying the show. Thank you, Rocket Mountain Bear. 72 says 406. Yeah. Okay, cool. And I think, is that everybody? I'll wait a couple more seconds here. And I'm just checking back through the list to make sure that we don't have any other overlaps. Mia, do you wanna say something else other than, yeah? Scrolling up and down now. 77 was already taken, Mia. And so have you got another pick? Travis doesn't even know what's going on. We're trying to give away some beach rocks, man. And I'm just having people pick numbers so that I can give them away. And I'm going to wait a couple more seconds for Mia. Oh, there she is, 23. Okay, perfect. Thank you, darling. So I think everybody's in. And hey, Slim Pickens, how to do? Good to see ya. Do you want to... Oh, number 23 is taken. Oh, Mia's got all the luck. So while Mia is trying to think of another number, Slim, do you want to pick a number from 1 to 100? I mean, like, given that there's 26 of us here, the fact that we are overlapping this many times is pretty funny. That's right. Cynthia had 23. And Slim Pickens, I think that 42 might be also taken. What are the odds? I'm scrolling back through now, just making sure that 42 is open. No, yeah, it seems like somebody has 47 and 44. Oh, Rufotris has 42. LOL, you guys. Okay, Mia is 55. Sweet. Oh, yeah, see, so Rufo called him out already. Taking it to the mat. This is a giveaway, Slim. Do you want something? Just throw out a number and you might get something. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Tacos. Is that what those are? All right. Ready? we were guessing for a jar, the gem jar that I poured out, and it has the clam belly and the bit of graveyard point, and I'll put some other stuff in there. Okay, so I believe that Travis actually is the closest. If anybody, did anybody guess 74? Because I think 72 was Travis. Yeah. There you go. And Travis for the win. And there was great rejoicing. And so, Travis, I've been wanting to send you a box for a while. So you'll get this and much, much more. So thank you, everybody. Let's see. I should put this back. Put the camera back. All right.
Get to watch some sunset out the window. And we got congratulations. Oh, were those, I guess those were celebratory things. They looked just like tacos on my phone feed. So congrats, Travis. What I'll want, if you don't mind, like PMing me or something, your address, I can go ahead and send you that. But spring cleaning at Ozone Studio leads to rocks for Travis. It leads to rocks for everyone. Truly. Especially since we were just talking about storage for rocks, and instead of getting a storage unit, if I want to go back out there on those beaches with you guys, then I need to make some more room. And so I'm glad that we've got some beach things to send to Travis. And like I said, I'm going to be padding your box because I've been wanting to send you a box for quite some time. So thanks again. All right, perfect, Travis. Tacos versus celebrations versus, I don't even know what that last one is. Did somebody send tacos earlier? I swear. Is it because I haven't had dinner yet that I saw tacos go by? Maybe that is a cue. All right, well, I think we're all going. And thank you so much for coming. Make sure to check out the live sale tomorrow with Kyle. Bright and early, I think noon-ish, for the live and hangout and sale over at Kyle's place. And thanks, Travis, for an awesome video. If you haven't checked out Travis's video that he just dropped, go check that out. As well as, I guess Chris also had an awesome video that I need to go check out as well. Thanks all for coming. And we will definitely catch you on the next live, which who knows, it'll probably be from the beach because we have the podcast next week. And so I'll just see you out and about someplace. And until then, happy hounding, and we'll catch you later.